What's up guys, I'm J-dubb, and today we're out here in the backyard and we are going to be testing the cheapest hot tent setup on Amazon. We've got the Firehiking tent and we've got the stove. It's up there at the house. We're bringing it down once we get everything kind of set up with this. But we've got some rain, weather, bad winds coming in. And we're going to get this thing set up and just see how it does. We're not actually going to be staying out here, but we are going to be coming out here periodically checking it for leaks and everything like that. So let's get it set up. We get one tent that, it's made okay. And just the stove jack, I guess. I'm not sure what this is. Something in a little bag. Oh, hey, it's a pillow. Oops. Came with a pillow. All right, we'll be testing that too. Simple little one-way valve. Okay. Firehiking pillow. Not terrible, actually. Feels nice. It's kind of made of cloth. So that's nice. Set that off to the side. Oh, all right, so we got some poles. Feel like they're okay. That rubber band. And I will say this is a step up for my Pro Molly. They at least got shock cord in these. So, there's our pole. We've got something right here, a little bag. Guys, once again, I'm sorry for the wind. Oh, wow. It's actually a really nice little tent stakes. They're only, I don't know, 5 inches long. They're not super great. So, here they are. Not great, but not horrible. They've they almost look like the fletchings on an arrow, but they have a little bit of a curve. So, we'll see. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of these little stakes. So if they're a little bit longer, I'd say we'd start using these for my Pro Molly and stuff. But so far, pretty impressed. Now, the tent. Let's go ahead. I'll set y'all up a time lapse and we'll get out here and set it up. Firehiking tent. I've got it set up to where my door is right here. Guys, this isn't a bad looking little tent. Sets up incredibly easy, and those stakes are actually pretty good. Where I live, let me show you the type of rocks that we pull out of the ground all the time. So here's a rock, there's one, there's one. This whole area is nothing but rock. These things have nice little sliders on them. All right guys, so this is the tent. It's a little cramped in here for one person, but plenty of room right here for someone to sleep. And here's your stove jack. I saw people were doing reviews of these and it had a stove jack you had to cut a hole in. Mine already has a hole in it and actually set up just like my Pro Molly and feels just as good. It's like 70 degrees out today, so putting a tent in here is gonna be awesome. I've got a hole in the ground where we pulled a rock out the other day. So now I got y'all on super view. You can kind of see what it's like in here. I'm all the way against the back and it's pretty good. We've got a nice big opening for a door. I think we're gonna have plenty of room. Where y'all are at, I could easily lay a cot over there, put my stove right here. I mean, that'd be perfect. But like I said, we've got some high winds coming. I do like the fact that there's a lip all the way around this thing. It's gonna give you good airflow in the middle of the night. It's probably not gonna keep you the warmest on a windy day, but you'll at least get good airflow. So we'll set the stove up out here and then we'll see how bad it leaks or if it does leak. Maybe it's a good little tent with no problems. So Guys, I really like this little thing. This is an extremely well built small tent, especially if it was just you going out lightweight. Pair this with a titanium stove and you've got an extremely lightweight setup that should keep you dry. So here's where your top part is, and it's a weird material. I'm not sure what that is, but it feels strong. Seam taped on everything. All this has seam tape. You've got a little vent up here, which is actually ingenious. I wish Pro Moly did that. This little piece just kind of velcros it open, keeps your vent open. Seam tape around all this. This, incredibly well built. Like, I'm really jealous of how well this one feels. All the seams look straight. Got a little bit of high and low right there. Zippers, they're not the best. They're really not, but definitely a serviceable zipper. The fact that everything's seam tape and nothing looks bad, yeah, I'm quite impressed with it. This will be my only tent that doesn't have a snow skirt on it, so we'll see how I like that. Maybe I'll like it. That's kind of in my a big factor of mine. I won't buy a tent unless it has a snow skirt. Something else I wanted to show y'all. Y'all got your guide wires. I don't know if y'all see that. It's got reflectors built into them. That's something more tents need to do. Roll this up. So here's your, got a little bit of a pulled thread right there, but other than that, man, this is extremely well built, extremely high quality. Guys, for 79 bucks, you're not gonna beat this tent. You're not. As long as it doesn't leak, we'll have it set. It even has a little part of the top. See, my Pro Moly tent has this too, to where if you were under a tree or something, you could tie up and get rid of your center pole. So that's also nice. But we got some crows. You see, water's beading up on it really well. Seems really well built, extremely high quality. Guys, this is the cheapest stove on Amazon. Go ahead, I'll link it up, whatever side it comes in on. If you want to see the review of that one. Comes with a really nice stainless steel pipe. We have modified it a few times and made this stove better. And that is it, guys. The cheapest hot tent setup on Amazon. That's it. We're gonna get her buttoned up real quick and let this test start. All the Velcro straps are done. Tent's in. The pipe, I've got it pulled a little tight. This is just a quick friction knot that I do. Which I don't think we're gonna need to tie it up. We're not running anything in it. But there's my pipe. That cap does not come on that. I'm super excited to see how this thing does. If this works, this is less than a $200, it's like a $180 setup or something. And you can go out camping in the winter. Perfect. Perfect for anybody who wants to go out and go winter camping. Oh man, I'm super excited for this. Super. All right, guys, so we're back out here. It's been about 3 hours. You can see it starting to get dark on us. But let's look at this thing. This has been a nice steady drip, steady rain, and might need some extra light to help see. But we're beating up really good. The tent itself is holding up extremely well. I think we got her a little tight down here, so we're gonna loosen this one just a little bit so that we can zip it. Like y'all can see, extremely well. Let's go in here and see if there's any leaks. So here's a problem when you walk in. The stove's kind of in the way. Put all that up there. Of course, we're gonna have a leak right here. Let's get some light. So far, my hand is dry. I'm just gonna go down every seam. No leaks. This has been just a nice, slow, steady drizzle of rain. We did have a little bit of wind earlier, but the wind hasn't got to us like I was hoping. But we are getting some rain. All right, once again, guys, this tent is paid for by me, sponsored by me. Everything in this video was paid for by me. So I'm gonna give you full and honest review, and so far, I really like it. I mean, this is nice. It is a good little setup. You get plenty of room with your stove. I've still kind of show y'all what we've got. So y'all are behind the stove, back in there as far as I can get you. I've still got a lot of room, plenty of room in here to put a bed, lay down, and get some good sleep. I can either lay this way or I can lay this way, whichever one. I'd probably lay this way so I can still feed my fire without getting out of my sleeping bag. But guys, this is an awesome little setup. Now it's calling for rain all night long, so throughout the night we're gonna come in here a few more times and check on it. As of right now, guys, this little tent is awesome. All right, I'm gonna go back inside, finish cooking some dinner, and hopefully this heavier rain will show us in a minute what it's gonna look like. Here's these little things I was telling you about. They've got reflectors in them. Now I got the light on, you can kind of see it. Rain is definitely starting to come down a lot harder. These little guy out points, I mean, they're not the best. They're not the best quality, but they feel good. The whole tent feels good. Everything seems to beat up on it really well. For I think 79 bucks. Guys, I don't think you can beat this little tent. The proof will be in the pudding. We'll see how it holds up throughout the night, but as of right now, guys, this thing is awesome. But we'll give it a little bit longer, let this rain keep falling on it, and we'll come back out and check it. All right, guys, now we got our lanterns up. We got one Coleman dual fuel. We have another Coleman dual fuel. And we've got one of my favorites, the little Dietz oil lamp. Guys, this thing is awesome. Doesn't produce a whole lot of light, but it'll run forever. I don't know how y'all guys can see it. I got a chair in here. Got a little table. The tent. I got another lamp going right now. And we're doing pretty good. I'm all stretched out. I'm all the way, not quite against the back, but I am to the point where my head's hitting. And I got plenty of room. I could sit in here if I had the door shut, be completely out of the rain. The rain has stopped for a little bit, so we're just kind of taking a look. I did find a problem that I do not like. So there's really nowhere to hang a lantern. I might have to come up with something to tie up here to hang my lantern. Yeah, once we come up with something up there, we'll figure it out. That'll hang our lantern and give us a ton of light in here. Let's sit out here in the rain all day, and I want to show y'all something real quick. I've got water right here leaking. I've got some more right there. I've got some right here, a little bit right there on that seam. This seam is a little bit wet. I would say if you're gonna get this tent, go to Walmart and buy you some waterproof spray or starch guard or something like that. Something that you can use to give you a really nice extra protection layer out there. But really, as this tent sits, I see no problems with it. It's really nice, fairly roomy. I mean, it's okay for one person, but I think we'll go ahead, get ready for bed. It's starting to get cold. I don't know if y'all guys can see. So we might fire the stove up tonight. I don't know. It's supposed to be really cold tomorrow too. So I think we're just going to fire it up tomorrow. Let this thing run for a little while and just see how well it warms up in here. So far, guys, I am super excited. And I'm really pumped with this little tent. It has held up incredibly well. I think we're going to leave it up for a few days and come back and check it. We got some more high winds coming for a few more days, and then we've got one more big rainstorm coming on Monday. It's Saturday right now as I film this, so definitely gonna leave it up and see how it does in that rainstorm. All right, guys, so we're out here. We're gonna be testing this stove. I got thinking about it. You can't test a hot tent without testing the stove, so. All right, so far drafting pretty well. I'm gonna get a thermometer, set it in there, and we'll see how it does. I think we're in about the 40s right now, so it should do pretty well. So ought to be a decent little test to see how this thing's gonna heat up. So we've got the table as far away from the stove as I can get it. We'll have the stove here, our seat will be back there, and then we've got some extra wood we're just gonna throw in every once in a while. But this ought to work pretty good. It's a pretty good estimate is if you were sleeping over there about with the temperature in the stove. I think this is gonna work out really well. But we'll go ahead, get this fire going nice and hot, get the stove nice and warm, and yeah, I think this is gonna work out good. All right, so we've got the stove warming up. We are sitting at 65 in the tent, 49 outside. And that is with the door open. So we're just gonna let it sit here. We'll button it up for a little bit, come out and check it here in a little while. We'll see how it does. And we've actually got the pipe is resting on the stove jack. We're gonna test that. We're gonna see how well it does, if it burns or if it chars. Or I'm excited to see how this little tent does. Right now we've got a good burn in there, good hot burn. There's no smoke at all coming out. Guys, as y'all can see that little time lapse, this little tent got hot, like super hot. I don't think it goes up past 100 degrees. It seems like it's kind of pegged out right there at 99. So yeah, ridiculously hot. So I think anyone sleeping in this little thing will do just fine. That was with the stove wide open. It's been going for, I'm not really sure how long it is. I'll put down here below. I'll have to look at when I started it and everything, but yeah, it's super warm now. Now I get it, it's not real cold today, so it's about a 50-degree difference right now between the outside and the inside. Let's see what our fire looked like. Ooh, that's hot. Now these little stoves do smoke a little bit. Other than that, it's pretty good. Now we'll leave this thing wide open. It doesn't appear to be burning. Yeah, however long this has been going, that stovepipe's been leaning right against it with no issues, so I say that's a win. All right, guys, if y'all want to check out this tent, go ahead. There's a link down in the description below, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all for watching. Go ahead, hit the like button for me, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and like always, take someone outdoors. Bye guys.